Jona, DYGYCON 8 was this past weekend, and it was a fantastic event for everybody in the wax community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was. This time I also got the chance to check in. Not as long as I would like to, but still being able to walk around, see all the people. Not just in the AtomicHub hall, but especially in the AtomicHub hall. Quite exciting.
Yeah, no, it was a great event. It was, I think it delivered on all aspects from my perspective. I popped in for a decent amount of time across the weekend, and yeah, it was fantastic to see not just creators, but also a whole bunch of collectors there as well, and also some people that weren't sort of too clued in on the Wax blockchain as well. So it was great to get some exposure out there for all the brilliant projects we have. So what have we been working on this week?
So another sort of quiet week in terms of releases. Again, just work on a lot of the things in the background. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but yeah, NFT creator, account creation, sort of made good progress on sort of the redesign of the trading interface. Some backend improvements which will soon manifest themselves in releases as well. So yeah, no exciting releases, but a lot of stuff done in the background.
Awesome. And speaking of some of those updates, I'm going to take some questions, both from the Discord and from our feedback site. So feedback.atomichub.io, which where you can sort of put any features that you'd like to see, and you can discuss those with the community. But we've got a few of those that I'd like to sort of talk through here. So somebody suggested the idea of purchase orders. So if you own an NFT, you can obviously list it on the marketplace, and if somebody wants to pay whatever you listed it for, they can purchase it. So I think the idea was for basically the reverse of that, saying I want to buy this NFT for this price, and then if somebody has that NFT and wants to sell it, they can sell it to you for the price that you want. Is that something that we might think of adding?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly like relatively, like the idea is pretty much out there. It's sort of, it makes sense in some aspects. It also does not make sense in some other aspects, in that, I mean, the idea of NFTs is that they're non-fungible, right? That they're all unique. Yep. So, and I know that in reality, obviously, sometimes you just want this one, like you want a pack and you don't really care if it's mint number 10 or mint number 512 or whatever. You don't really mind. But still, the NFTs are supposed to be unique, so that sort of goes against purchase orders. Then I know that it sometimes could make sense for purchase orders to still be there. So it's sort of this back and forth there. We do feel like with improving the trading interface and so on, we can go into that direction without having purchase orders specifically. But yeah, so it's sort of like it's out there. We're not actively working on it right now, but it's certainly something that we're aware could be a thing. If I can say it like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, it kind of gets across our perspective quite well. And like you said, NFTs are unique. Well, that's the whole kind of the philosophy of NFTs. So there's two sides to it, but it's something we've got in mind and we may consider, for sure. Yeah. So another one that kind of popped up a couple of times at DYGYCON actually was people asking about an app. Whether we might have an AtomicHub app on the way, or is it something we're working on? Is that something you can talk about?
Yeah, and I think we covered this before, but that was quite a while ago, quite a few episodes ago. So the situation hasn't really changed in that we believe we can never do, or at least with current like Google Play Store and Apple App Store regulations, you can't really do a full-fledged app that has all the functionality of the website, because they don't really allow all this NFT trading functionality. So that sort of leaves our options at if we do an app, it would be more of like a showcase and explorer type app where you could maybe like see your inventory, show it to your friends, see what's out there, but not actually transfer something, not actually buy something, not actually sell something. So it would be always like sort of this viewer type experience, which could still make sense to build, but at the same time, I think we can also achieve a lot of what people are really looking for by just improving the mobile user interface, or like the user interface you have on your mobile browser. because there you will have the full functionality with both the cloud wallet and also Anchor, which work on mobile. So I think that is more of our priority rather than building an app. But we know that at some point, if we have spare capacity, then it could certainly be still cool, even if it's just a viewer type experience.
For sure. And like I said, it's another one of those areas where kind of, the regulation, the rules of various places just kind of get in the way a bit. And I'm sure if those were ever to change, then, we might change our stance. But, for the time being, with all the app stores being as they are, it's tricky. It's tricky to create an app in the way that we may want to, let's say. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens down the road. And the last point I was going to say is, last question for this AMA is, we get a lot of people asking, hey, can you differentiate what is an art NFT versus a gaming NFT on AtomicHub, or different ways to categorize what NFTs are? Are we working on a way to do that?
So we do want to move more into that direction. Not necessarily on the side of like what was this whitelisted as, but rather just like on an exploratory side. Sort of if you want to explore new game projects, then you might want to filter for all game projects, or if you want to filter for art projects, collectible projects, or whatever, then right now there's no good way to filter for that, and we want to add that. So what we're doing right now is actually we have 2 people in our team who are just sort of tagging the collections that already exist, giving them a few tags, just sort of as a first iteration. Once we have all of those tags, we might then implement this or like include this into our user interface a bit more, where we can display this and let users search for collections that have a specific tag. Really on the side of giving users better ways to explore what is out there and giving users better ways to find new interesting projects directly through AtomicHub. So we're thinking about that. We're working on that. It actually takes quite a while to categorize thousands of collections.
Yeah.
But that's currently being worked on.
Awesome. I think a lot of people will be glad to hear that. Like you said, it might take us some time because there is just so many collections. There's more and more adding every day, which is awesome. But it does take time to categorize them all. But I think it'd be great from a user perspective to, search for, I don't know, profile picture projects, or I don't know, games or art or whatever it is. I think it would be awesome for users to be able to more easily find that natively on the AtomicHub site. Jona, thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, John. Yeah.